Groove Cafe.
It is a Groove Cafe, and I am Crystal. Thank you for joining us. I love having these conversations and sharing them with you, getting to know new people and what they're passionate about. My guest today is a seasoned journalist. He's turned to being a communications specialist with an emphasis on integrated marketing communication. If you're wondering, don't worry, we shall talk about it. He's also a budding philanthropist with a lot of work done over the years with Vivo Energy, different campaigns with Crown Beverages, about 300 live broadcasts with NMG Uganda, and then some different missions with the UN, Alliance Francaise, as well as CNN and more. So I really have to just ask him. I do have Sean Stewart Segawa joining me today. Hello.
Hi, Crystal.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I am fine, thank you. What do your friends call you? Does everyone call you Sean?
Friends and family, I have 3 categories, I think.
Hey.
Yes.
It's like that.
Yes. If someone in the streets called me Segawa, which is the first name, I would know that's a relative.
Okay.
I'm most probably, from the family side.
Mm-hmm.
If someone called me Stewart, it's probably someone within the range of school of O-level or primary.
So, in school, you were going by Stewart.
Trust me, I can't tell you how this got organized like this.
Okay.
But I guess, and then you'll find people who call me Sean from university.
Mm.
Then something happened when I started the job world. People started calling me Sean Stewart.
Sean Stewart.
Yes.
Okay.
So most people will call me Sean Stewart today.
No one has tried to call you SS?
I have one.
Because you have the SSS.
In one of my, one of the people I work with in the humanitarian world actually calls me Triple S.
There you go.
And actually addresses it on email as Triple S.
Hey, Triple S. Interesting.
So wherever I am, and I think it spreads like a wildfire, because then other colleagues have started to call me Triple S. And I'm like, okay.
Because that is a very unique aspect to your name.
It is. I'm just wondering what happens when if I date someone with another S, won't I get to call Triple S?
Hey. Wait. What are you trying to say? You're going to take on her name? Is that what's going to happen? Well, the world has changed. Huh?
I don't have to take on her name, but somehow people make the S family of some sort.
Yes. Well, Sean, it's lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you too for the invite. It's a nice, cold place.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nice reception.
You mentioned that, this time of year is not very busy for you. For many people, they're starting to get busy. Yeah. And I think the tail end of the year is generally busiest for you.
Very true.
Okay. And that's some of the projects that you're involved in?
Yes, that's very true. The biggest part of my work, I think, for the last 10 or 15 years has, for some reason, always been more active towards the festive season.
Mm-hmm.
So, even in the beginning, working with, as a journalist, working with TV, as Vision and NMG, you will notice that there's a lot of activity that comes in December. You have to serve the audience.
Yes.
You then most times, so you'll find yourself running over broadcasts, running over things. Campaigns are running around that time. Everything is so packed, so active.
I feel like it's mid-November and December that goes like hectic.
Yes, and it's so I have had to be in a position where many times I had to sacrifice to make sure someone at home enjoys their Christmas. You make sure someone is able to come back from whichever country and enjoy their stay in Uganda. The entertainment business is booming usually. From Musama is here, everyone is running left, right, and center. So from entertainment to news to caution while you're drinking, all those activities will be running through that period. And I don't know, I I've never really paid too much attention to whether it, like one of those drives where you just get into, haven't paid attention to whether it stops my life or not. It just felt right.
Okay.
It just felt you're serving a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like they say, like doctors, you have an unspoken quote to the audience, but you know it inside within yourselves that, I need the audience, or I need the patient first. So it just decided to become part of my life. And so as people start to envision the nyama choma, the chicken, the crispy pea, I can only drool on it over the internet and say,
Wow.
just continue with serving the audience.
Okay.
And so because of that, you find that you will have to pace up, you'll have to brace and really walk through. Most of it is fun, to be honest. Most of it is fun. You see a lot of things.
If you enjoy what you do, sometimes you don't really feel the gap.
That's it. You won't even feel the gap. You just enjoy and move and move and move. And usually by the time December is done, is when you start to say, oh, the year is done.
What happened to the last few months?
And usually I've gone one time, I think last year, I've gone through my library to check the places I have been to. Then I noticed I have this thing where I want to take a vacation not even just a vacation. I want to tour the world.
Okay.
And so I picked to do 3 to 5 locations every year. And I started with Uganda, then I'll move from Uganda to Kenya to Tanzania, like that until I can, And then I checked recently the areas I had been to, I think for 23, 22, and I noticed all of them had happened in February, March, January.
Oh, so this first quarter of the year.
Yeah. So then I think I have now deliberately decided my resting periods will be there.
Good for you. At least you're aware of it.
The interchange happens like that. For most people, where they take December, I am really taking January or February or March.
Yeah.
And then the roller coaster starts again.
Yes. I always say the funniest thing, I don't know if it's just me, when I'm not busy, this resting period, because same for me, end of the year is so busy. And then January, and then you're like, you're kind of like twiddling your thumbs. You're like, okay, so what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know about you, but I always have that mini panic. What am I doing with my life? What projects do I have? Okay. Then when something kicks in and something else kicks in, and I'm like, harmony again. I'm not very good at being idle.
I see. Not even,
There's some people who know how to unplug completely. Man, it's hard.
Do they though? Yes, okay, there. They
so
do.
when you take these breaks,
Yes.
are you the kind to, like, you're offline, you send out an email and say you're unavailable until...
Unfortunately, in my line of work, it's impossible to send an email and still stay sober.
So no, that's not
They'll
happening.
come for you. So most cases, what I do is just alert those who are the closest range of what I fear may be critical. And then I will just disappear. Of course, then I will put those cue things on the email out for the next 30 days or so. And then just go and have a blast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you get to do that.
Yeah.
So tell me about you growing up. Was there anyone in media that was in your family? Did you want to be a journalist when you were younger? How did you find your way here?
Very interesting question. Thank you. I didn't envision this. But in one quote, where they say, life is a one-way ticket, but if you live it right, you don't have to ask for it again. I have paraphrased it, but you get the idea. It's one of those that I have come to embrace.
Okay.
Because of that way that it has been built, that you will enjoy the life the way it goes. And it has multiple facets for me, very interesting facets. I have within me IT, journalism, and a bit of medical, which is strange, right?
Medical?
Yes, a bit of medical. So in the beginning, in the very beginning, I was doing sciences. I started with the love for sciences.
Okay.
That will explain the medical at the end. So I started out from school. I was taught like most people.
Where was school?
So school, the first one, there used to be a school called Molanpo. Molianpo. It used to be on Machinde as you go up.
Okay.
I think Molly and Poe are like one of those, I don't want to say they're missionaries, but I think there was some sort of, and they had built a nice school there. And that was, I think, my junior school. Then it's a primary, yes. Then I went to Bulova High. I had a tragic incident where I left Molly. I had a bright start. My dad had, pictured high schools only super good schools. I'm a firstborn, so you can understand why he wanted the very best for his son. And so he pitched out a path which he would openly communicate to us, really.
Yeah. And
so we started to take that path, but something happened that I have never understood. At that time, I was a bright chap, but at the time of doing exams, something just went off that I don't know. They often thought it was examination fever. Even I myself can't tell what it was.
Okay.
But I almost flunked my P7.
Okay.
And he looked quickly and was looking for a way out because he had drawn a different path all the way to Makerere.
So he had a plan.
To get to Makerere, you need to have the AAs, certain schools there, right?
Yes.
Which is what is modern day hustle now, raising our fees to the max. And so someone advised him and said, no, this is what you do. If you're worried about that, take him to a school where he's brilliant. Take him to school where it's not so high, school that is not so high in performance, but his performance will thrive, which actually happened then. So when I went to Bolova, I was able to shoot above, and that allowed me to get back on the path.
Yes.
So from O level, which was that section, I still had a lot of love for biology, physics, chemistry.
So at that point, you wanted to do medicine?
I did.
You saw yourself being a doctor or something along those lines?
Not even doctor. When I looked at, you're doing geography or this or the other, which things feel nicer, easier,
biology,
comfortable, flow, right?
The science.
Eventually, I'm going to explain how this comes to IMC. But the sciences felt easy. And one of the reasons I've come to appreciate and understand was the principle of understanding versus cramming. So because I had to understand it, something I understand is hard to take away from me.
Yes.
And it's easy to bring to real life scenarios and practice. So that's how the sciences became easier. So crossing from there, I go to Seta High, and at Seta High, I just take PCB art.
Okay. All right.
So straight to the grill. Go for
Sciences.
Physics, chemistry, biology. Art, I want to think that art is something that has been in my family. Like a natural born, should I say? I don't know. My mom is an artist. She's a very great chef.
Okay.
My dad, not very much of an artist, but he's a very good photographer. And so, from that, I aimed for university. The aim for university in this case was to look for medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was given an offer of biomedical lab, something. But I don't remember whether it was Makerere or not. I think it wasn't Makerere, and my dad had wanted Makerere.
His plan was Makerere.
My dad used to do this thing when we were young. He would drive us to the gate of Makerere, park, and say, guys, do you see that? You see that? See that? I want all of you to go there. So whatever you do, your plan should be right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we grew up knowing that.
Okay.
We knew that,
we're going to Makerere.
We have to enter Makerere.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the beginning of the journey to try and put sciences first.
Mm-hmm.
I eventually settled for sports science. I can't remember how exactly we got into that space, but the idea was that we would upgrade eventually. I think it had something to do with the entry points or merit, or I can't recall exactly.
And for some people, they go and first do like the diploma, and then they're able to continue with like a degree.
I did a degree, but then
in sports science.
Yes. Something then started to happen while in those 3 years. One of my closest, I also call him Dad, African Society. One of my closest mentors, Dad, in quotes, had noticed something about the trends of technology. See how we look at AI now? He had seen computers. And he had seen what computers were going to do. So while I was in S4 crossing into HSC, he advised and recommended us that we all study computers. So while I am at university starting, I had a chance to also study computer science.
Okay.
Now, don't ask how. He's my mentor, but he was also the principal of the school. So it becomes easy for, call it the son to the principal, to ask for how to get into the school and study something they love. This is how the directions start to grow.
Because those are two very different areas.
That's true. But it helped in a way because at some stage in MOOC, there's a course unit under there which is sports science. Which is computer literacy. So we go into the labs, and I am literally the only person who understands how to use DOS and
knows exactly what to do.
And at some stage, the lecturer just delegated the role of teaching, and said, "Go ahead.
You teach your fellow students."
I had a laptop. No one had a laptop. So when we would enter the lab, and there are less computers, he says, "Sean, take over." So you pick it up from there and just decide to do. And from computer science, I did a certificate, a quick certificate, while I was literally juggling the two. And I never felt any weight, to be honest.
Okay. It was easy for you.
It was easy because arts, to me, feel easier. Sciences are more complicated, but they are the fun part of the journey. So I did the certificate, and I even started practicing.
Okay.
At that time, Kampala Road was active, and it was a time when the Asian community had taken up almost all the shops, with very few indigenous people shops. But I had one of my professors had one shop there. So I would always go there, fix computers. Up to today, I could open a computer, wash it into water, and just put it back and give it back to you.
Okay.
So it was fun. And my mom used to just look and say, okay, who taught you this? I said, I'm not sure. I just have it in my head. I've learned a few things from Bella, who was the professor, but most of them you would pick a few things from learn. And it became the thing that started creating work for me.
Okay.
To the extent that at some stage, my room at university was full of computers.
So you were fixing computers, troubleshooting for people.
Exactly. People would call me from as far as Kenya in holidays. So university, when you go out of the semester and you go for holidays. Because at the hostel where you are, people know that you are the fixer. So someone is in Kenya and they call and they're like, man, my computer is down. I can't understand. There's a virus. There's this. There used to be so many viruses.
Yes.
And so I would fix and I would make a lot of money.
That's what I was thinking. So you were kind of independent, making your own money at university.
Then it became, I can't say it was boring. I think my head just started to grow over myself. And the next thing I went to my mom, my friend, and I said, I want to teach.
At uni?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to make an extra living. It's not that I was broke or anything. Should I say it probably was the beginning of how I wanted to give back to community? Maybe. So I asked, and she said, sure. And I was paid 200K every month, I believe. Was a lot of money. So
you were like a student lecturer?
Yes. I was teaching at a college. I was studying at Makerere. I was studying sports science at Makerere. I was teaching computer science at Interesting.
Okay.
And after that, it became easy. And my dad introduced this thing in the family. I think from Makerere, when he started to look at the trends, he probably started to think, how do we get the very best out of these guys, out of our children?
You're the oldest? How many siblings do you have?
5, to be precise. He was by then a photographer. I was working with one of the big media houses here, the biggest then. And he had accumulated equipment, personal equipment, because he had started as a freelancer.
Okay.
And he had already beaten the best of the best. He had been to the best every time they would send. He told me how he actually got there. He said he had gone, Uganda was playing Uganda Cranes. I don't know if it was Cranes then. He was playing in Tanzania and he boarded the ship as a freelancer.
Okay.
But when they came back, his pictures, they threw out all the staff photographers'
and
pictures.
They used his pictures.
And his picture went to the front.
So now I'm seeing the doorway to journalism.
Exactly. So he eventually got in, and the next thing he did was he looked at all the equipment he had accumulated and didn't know what to do with it. So one time he calls us and says, guys, we're going to try out something.
Okay.
He says, I know you're all studying and you're doing your best, but here's what I want us to think about. I have gear that I have nothing to do with. He always looked for the best camera, so the others he didn't need. So he had a it used to be called a D200 and another D300. And he said, I want to give you an extra skill. So whatever you study, do study. But if things get messy and you can't see your way through, I want to give you something that I know how to work with. At least you won't be at ground zero.
Oh, that's nice.
We're like, okay. You know, when you're young, you don't even know what he's saying. He's like, okay. But just gadgets look interesting. So, yeah. So he took us on a journey. He said, you take a shot, a good shot. We both can agree it's a good shot. You win that.
Okay.
Simple as that.
So you all went out with this nice little assignment?
It took a little bit of time. Yes, there were assignments, but it took a little bit of time. But what I remember, how I entered into the zone, the journalism zone, was that one of those cameras was a D200. I loved it. It was beautiful. And so I said, okay, I'll want to take this. And he said, okay, we're going to do a competition. So he first gave it to me to try out for like a month. Then after, he said, do you still want it? I said, yes. He said, let's do a competition. So we went out on a wedding.
A wedding?
Yes.
Okay.
One of our relatives used to have a company that used to do weddings and, videography and stuff like that. So he said, we go. If you beat me at it, you take the camera.
No way.
That's exactly what he did. And he told me very interesting.
He gave you a
valuable-
challenge.
He did. We did a proper challenge for almost a month. And we would wake up very early. You know, these events, the weddings have, the traditional ones have those interesting things of, in Kasuze Katia, people wake up at 6 a.m. and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He would wake you up at 5 and say, we go. Get your gear.
And you're like, okay.
Exactly. With all your sleepy modes, you go. And eventually, it took me time because he was a pro. So clearly, at that time, I think I almost gave up. I was like, but really? Like, he would take crispy pictures. He would take, he's a very good action photographer. I think he's among the best in the country for sports photography.
Okay.
So he would really take things, and I'm like, but how do you get there?
And how will I get there?
How will I get there? But one time we did a couple's shoot, a kiss shoot in the car, at the back of the car. And it had to be very quick because they, not to inconvenience the couple. So it's a one-time moment. And he said, you're going to get in from that side, I'll get in from that side of the front seats of the car. The couple is seated at the back.
Yes.
And he said, this is your last chance. You get it right, you go. My hands are off you.
The pressure.
And yeah, the pressure was real. I can't say that I got the shot 100%, but I got the better side of it. However, he taught me something. In the presentation, what he would do, he would take a shot and know that the shot is wrong. Because he knows how to calculate even without looking at the camera.
Yes.
So if you take the shot and you know and you preview and you're like, these are the wrong settings, I need to go down a dial by 2 or this, he would delete that picture and take the next picture quickly, and you would never notice.
Okay.
As an amateur, I would take all the
So you would have all
terribly
the
lit
terrible pictures.
and just present those, and you'd say, now what are you doing? So I learned that, and eventually I won the camera. So the beginning then started with the love of that camera.
Okay.
That's the official beginning, I would say.
So how did
I
you
started to love what the camera can do, what it does, how it looks interesting, the things you can do with it. And I saw a whole new journey and path. A whole new world. I went and Googled, what do people who use cameras, what are they called? What do they do? So it's from that I learned about journalism. And then I went to my friend with her college and I asked to study journalism.
Okay.
Yes, I was a go-getter. If I see something, I go for it. So I went and said, I want to study journalism. And he said, really? I said, yes. I was at the completion of my career at this
Your
stage.
sports science.
And he said, well,
Go ahead.
go and register. Bring your things, we look through. There is an academic registrar. Take them. And that's how I started journalism.
Okay. So how did you get from there to being on TV?
So when I did, my journalism was really the hands-on. Study was the easy part, but I was already practicing. I was in the job market.
So were you doing a bit of freelance work as well?
Yes, we were doing a lot of freelance. To be honest, we had a company. The company that I spoke about, joined the company, and then there's a team of people now who we are friends, who run business in this country today, but all of us stemmed from there. So there are about 3 companies now. No, 5. It's a company called Bridge Films. There's Media 256, Discover Uganda, if you remember.
Yes.
There's Incredible Media now. There's Access Films. Which one have I forgotten? But all these people were stemmed from that beginning. We met and we were looking for a way to enter the industry. And so we used to work and help each other. So one of those guys then is someone called Isaac Oboth. Gave me a very good platform. Isaac had a similar line of entering media, but from a different perspective. He came from Makerere College. He took pictures, if you ever land on his story, he took pictures of his school at the prom and sold them and made a killing.
Oh.
But the beginning was that he used to see people buy pictures that were low quality.
Yes, low quality.
For a lot of money. So he said, that means if I up this a little, it becomes better. So Isaac had the entrepreneurial part of it. I had the creative part of it. And we met and we became friends.
Okay. And you started to work together?
Yes. It gave birth to a company called Media 256. And so we started to collect different like-minded creatives across the country. We made a blast. We made some of the most interesting works.
You had a good time doing it.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure you've watched
I've had the
Discover
opportunity
Uganda.
to work with Media 256, yes.
Thank you. So you know the idea. So it's from then that TV spotted me, particularly Vision Group at that time.
Did you ever see yourself as someone on camera?
No, I had never actually envisioned that. In fact, what happened is that when Bukede was starting, my dad came to me and said, they are looking for people like you. And also because they were strained on resources at that time, they wanted people who have their own equipment. And I had.
Okay.
Because he had given me my first one and our uncle had given us a second one. So we had some gear. So I said, I'm not so sure. I loved my freedom, it felt. And I was hesitant.
Well, you felt you'll be giving up your privacy
Freedom,
as
yes.
well?
Not privacy, the freedom to work. Because as a freelance,
to make your own hours.
We were making our own hours. I mean, we're making good money, but also no one was asking for this or the other.
Now I see what you mean.
So I was like, it had happened to me. It had occurred to me that two friends I had done TVCs for had said, your work looks brilliant. You should be in a bigger house than just here.
Okay.
And but then we had an office on Maria's Galleria, and I was like, I don't understand those people. I feel like they don't understand the true nature of creativity. We say the true creatives are untamable.
Yeah.
That's how I felt at that time. I could feel the spirit of, creating content, creating a message. That's the first time I started to feel like, why do people ask for a videographer, photograph on a wedding? Now my perspective started to change. I started to dig deeper into, I started to dig deeper into why people actually want to have a photographer, not as a job. Why do they want a videographer? What are they looking for? What do they aim to achieve? And so my vision started to grow bigger. So whenever I would look at TV and I would watch some things and I feel like they're shallow, so to speak, I'm just like, no.
Or it's work just being done, really, because someone is being paid.
Exactly. So it was a bit tricky and very challenging, but I could see that there was a path.
You could see the potential.
There is more, yes. I could see there is more to just holding a camera.
Okay.
And from that, somehow someone convinced me with many voices. I went. I found a lot of work, indeed. But my purpose was still also brewing. It continued to grow. So while in there, I would look at content, and I just never used to look at content as, that's a video. I'd look at a video, and before I criticize all this, how it has been shot, lighting, sound, I was always thinking, what what's the message behind?
Okay.
What are they communicating? Can I understand the communication? And if I have understood what they are communicating, if I switch from this seat as a producer and I switch to the audience seat, what do I hear?
Okay.
So my perspective started to change. It became sharper. My instincts became more aggressive towards content. In there, I did about 5 years. I worked with a lot of interesting things and talent.
It sounds like also the storyteller in you kind of woke up at that time.
Yes, and deeply. It's one of those life testimonies you'll always have. Because I can't tell you that I had someone who said this. It just woke up and suddenly I started to see colors in videos. If I could use a metaphor. I would watch something or a picture and I see it swarming with colors, brilliant colors, and I say, okay, if I move this thread of color left, what would happen? If I move it right, maybe then I would create a rainbow in this way. Maybe then I would create a monologue of colors through one side. And that's what happened.
Okay, so this was 5 years.
Yes, in those 5 years, I did a lot of projects with Vision. I grew a lot of talent that I am very proud of. I'll just speak about 2 interesting ones, if I may. One time, I was given the morning show. Before the morning show, I was given a lot of other things, but I kept asking for what is more challenging. So 3 of these that I remember deeply is besides Rated Next, which we worked on as a team. It was very interesting to watch. I got to see the likes of Winnie Nwaji that they see today.
Yeah.
Kenneth Mugabe. We worked together at that stage.
When they were raw talent.
When they were raw talent. The other one was when I started the morning show, I had Sophie and Nico.
Yes.
You remember
No,
Sophie?
Sophie?
Very interesting talent. Samson Kasumba. Right? Canary Mugume.
Okay.
Raw talent. Edwin had some talent, but he came and joined us eventually. Edwin Musime, Property Show.
Yes.
And working with a diverse array of people with different minds, but all powerful.
And different
to one thing.
approaches.
And you are in the center.
He has a big smile on his face as he says this, for the record.
You are in the center to try and put these talents together. It's amazing. And the second one, Mary Luswata. Wow. So behind all this, at the shift, I think God just plays his pieces right. They gave us Bush Baby. Now, Bush Baby had a very interesting approach to content and talent. He allowed us to experiment.
That's the thing.
He said, you're young people, you're brilliant people, experiment. At the top, that's Kapshenga. Just one of those days, he would just drive in, cruising in the parking, get out of his car, stand at the top of the car and says, guys, everyone here, meeting, a quick meeting. He has very interesting approaches. And he says, okay, so I have had enough. Everyone is screaming about these young bloods who are walking around. They step, they do this. They don't adhere to all traditional forms. I am here to convince you they mean no harm. Leave them.
Let
if you
them
have
be.
a problem, walk to my office, but leave them.
So you knew you kind of had that backing.
Thank you.
To
So
be
because
able
of
to.
that, yes. The storytelling, the ability to see content, the marketing line in me started to become even bigger. And so because of that, we created talent, we created content, we ran to the deepest of our abilities to understand content.
That is, I think most people dream about having that kind of work experience and workplace and,
Very
work
true.
culture, should I
Very
say.
true.
Because
Very true.
many times, especially when you come into organizations that are set in their ways, you come in with all your excitement and your ideas, and then they're like, that's nice, but come down.
Dim the light.
For us, this is how we do things.
That's very true.
And that kills so much young talent.
It is.
This is how we have always done.
I remember among those also happened to be one of those notorious groups when they gave me a show called Skizzy. Sheila, Mosha, Siobhan, Marriott. Ouch. You learn. You see, in that
Also
trade,
managing people.
yes, you learn because it's a two-way traffic. You learn from them, they learn from you. But it's very interesting. I agree with you 100%. Anyone out there who gets a chance to sit in an environment, even if you're not paid the biggest checks, but they allow you to tickle your brain, your fancy, your way around what you want to see. I believe that creates a perfect world. And most people sometimes worry, they're like, they can be messy sometimes. Yes, it is true. But these people like
And I think
Crystal,
that's why-
they will pan a bit. Say, no, don't go too far.
I know, and I think that's also one of the challenges for many creatives.
True.
Why people say they don't last long in certain places, but that's because maybe the basic structures are not allowing
I agree.
them to.
I agree.
Because you hire them for their creative ability.
And then you want to cap them, before. Capping would be okay if you have sensed a danger. Because yes, true, some creatives can sabotage. At my age now and experience, I have learned how to manage creatives and all those things. So I know the traps that they go through.
Yeah.
From blocks to drugs to all those things. I know what they go through. I've been a creative before I became a manager. So indeed, some things can be tricky, but you can navigate. So if you cap them before they reach the apex, then you're capping at the wrong time.
True.
So you've got to let them first flourish, see what is out there, and then you can say, okay, how you grow a plant, you can take off the few
You
things,
prune.
and allow it, but don't kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a nice reminder for people who are like, they're so difficult. Like, no, have you created the right environment for them to thrive?
Exactly. So, Meryl Sweater was one of those interesting ones because I remember we did 1,000 takes, to be honest.
Wait, what?
For lack of a better word.
You said takes.
Takes.
Again.
To create that brand.
Wow.
Because Bush came to us and said, we want to create a product, but a localized product. And that product must look like this. But then we had a sample of E-News.
Ah, yes. Mm-hmm.
And we said, do we have the talent? He said, we will get the talent. Start with that one. And I remember we did takes and takes every day without going on air, trying to achieve it. Failing and going back, but never giving up until we got it right. So the product the people saw was a product of very hard work.
And most people didn't see.
They didn't see.
They didn't see the hard work. They just like, wow.
They didn't know. I remember there were times when we would be on that set out there trying a take, and Mary's just like, guys, I don't think we can achieve this. We're not Muzungus. Like, okay. We take the rest. The day is done. And you go back. And you come back. She feels energized and she's going to throw the lines all over the place. And just, you know how it goes when you're making text. You think you have the words up here.
And then
until you start flowing and they are... You feel an electric shock and you're like, what just happened?
Your mind just goes poof. There's nothing in there.
Yeah.
You're like, what was I supposed to say?
Gosh, that was a tough one. That was a really tough one. But to be honest, in a summary of it, I loved the experience. Maybe one that I left out was Malaika.
Mm-hmm.
Malaika shocked me because there's a guy called Joseph Bate walked to me one day and then asked me, he said he had seen talent out there and he believed I was one of the best people to groom talent.
Okay.
So he believed in me. I learned that eventually. I never put myself above people. So I just said, okay. So I gave a test. I was on a set somewhere in Bukoto and I said, let her walk to the set. That same day it rained. I was used to Ugandans, if it rains, kaboom.
Yes, they don't come.
They won't show up. She showed up with an umbrella. And I believe if I remember, her feet had gotten stuck with some sort of rain. But she showed up on set. And I went back and I told Bate, the girl actually came. She had come from Kenya raw. And I said, it's okay. I will pick her up. And I went to Bush. Like I said, he had allowed us to experiment. I said, I found new talent. He said, where? I said, here. He said, okay. I don't remember whether he asked for a test or not, but he said he trusted us. We were 3 by then who could. So he said, experiment. Go ahead.
No, the first time I met Malaika, I was just like, she is a natural.
She
was just a complete utter natural. And I remember we kind of gave her one of the first opportunities to come and be on radio. And she sat in and did a show with us. And I said, this girl's going to be on radio. Absolutely.
Very good.
So it's nice to see her now.
Very good, yeah. I agree totally. And I can't say that there is anything I ever threw at her. In fact, if anything, she kept asking.
For more.
Exactly. When I was told, try out somewhere, I said, where? I had no space. Because Tat was doing, she had told me about the fashion bit, but Tat was doing Fashionista.
Yes.
So I didn't know where to place her until he said, try on your morning show. Have you ever imagined Malaika on a morning show before she did the radio morning shows?
Really?
So she did a morning show with us. And I constantly was worried about her being bullied by, say, Sophie or Samson, but it didn't happen. They actually loved her. To the extent that one day when we were hosting the speaker, the former speaker, she asked to do the interview.
Okay.
And I'm looking at this young girl and I'm like, wow, it's the ambition for me, you know. And she stayed. She didn't do the interview, but she stayed. And at any one stage, if Aniku said, I feel some type of way, she would jump in. Trust me.
She was ready.
She was ready.
And that's also the mark of ambition, to be ready. You're like literally on the edge of your seat, like just let me do it. Wow.
She's good.
So that was, now I understand when you say that was such a pivotal time for you.
It was.
And working, I can imagine how exciting it was working with all these creatives. So 5 years, and then is that when you crossed to NMG?
So at the epitome of those 5 years, content was really king. We were really flying high. And I've always had 2 hands on me from school when you could see. So while I was doing this, Media 256 was also the other hand of me. That's how we came to Discover Uganda. We also did another show, which was called The Love Story, to focus on wedding people. It's still there on YouTube. Citizen TV wanted to buy it. I think we were the first people to create a show that deals with the realities of a wedding. So our focus was not the wedding day. Remember when I talked about how I used to look at content? I went and wrote a concept on how, from the word go, cake testing, the checking of the gown, the rehearsals at church, everything that happens way before the wedding happens.
Yeah.
And the concept was accepted.
It was picked up.
We wrote it. It was recommended. We took our money from our pockets with Isaac and created a show. We did 6 episodes. They flew beyond above us.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we pitched them at the bride and groom, we got 88 couples signing up, but we didn't know what to do with them. I looked at Isaac and said, what do we do here? And you can imagine, we had moved
Were you
away
expecting like a few?
Exactly. So we put up a couple of computers and said, people can watch 1, 2, 3 samples and tell us if you like it. If you want, sign up. 80 couples signed up. We didn't even have that manpower.
Exactly. Because you're talking about all the different things, different venues behind the scenes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, no. Citizen TV reached out and said, can we buy the concept? At that stage, because we were too busy, we said, sure. But I think we pitched a little bit too high. We're also learning how to pitch content to broadcasters and stuff. Urban TV took it up for a revenue share until we couldn't agree. We were busy. So we dropped it. But because of those two, someone took a chance on me.
Mm-hmm.
They had loved what they were watching.
Okay.
Particularly 3 things. Skizzy, Discover Uganda, The Love Story, and a few things. I had done something with Kyle called Smash, I think. I don't remember, a couple of things. So someone who had been watching pitched that content to Aggie Konde.
Mm-hmm.
She was the MD NMG.
Yes.
And she said, let's bring him in. So a headhunt happened.
And they plucked you.
Exactly. And she told me that she wanted to see what I would do with reality TV.
Because that's a time when people knew reality TV
Thank
was...
you. There was Kardashians.
That was the way to go, but how to make it work for our market.
Thank you. She pulled a very grand move, actually, because she didn't just take me. She brought someone called Rosie Motene.
Yes, Rosie.
Remember?
Yes.
So she had a plan that if I join Rosie and Sean, I will get a perfect product. Which we did tests for it. We didn't entirely break through, but at the point when Rosie left and then the plan went the other way around, I found myself in love with NMG. So the whole idea now behind was I had done 5 years and I had known how content moves. But then there was a new love now, a new wish. I had wanted to know what it feels to work at a super professional level. Because I had now known the landscape and I had scouted and said, okay, who is where? How do you get to? Because if you beat the challenges of what you do every day and then in a month, a quarter, a year, then you need to look for what is bigger.
Yeah.
So I started looking for bigger and I had known that, NTV is the biggest guy here.
The biggest player in the market.
Yeah. How do I get there? And so just like that, I got in there, worked. The first half of it is always tough because they pride themselves in picking the best of the best. And at that stage, they were thinking. One person made a very interesting comment one day. He said, I've seen that guy walk around. Where did he come from? Said, actually, they used the word bukede. Say, bukede. So those people also have people who have talent. Oh, it was shocking.
Wow.
Exactly. But it's also because of that scenarios and situations like those push you to discover, to fight. Fight mode just kicks in somehow. And so I picked the mantle and fought.
You doubled down.
I doubled down. I pushed. And by the end of another 5 or 6 years, I can't say I was in the right place.
You were. You could look at the products
I could look
in
at
that
the
time and you're
products.
like, yes.
There are things that have happened in my life because of the things I did that I just look back and I'm just like, wow. I did, so the products I worked on around that time included, I worked with Sylvia Warrior at some stage, the Sheilas, the fashion show. There was a bit of the entertainment, and then the beat, Douglas Luanga. Oh, wow.
Yes.
I was given that challenge and I learned a lot. He taught me a lot. I hope he learned. He picked. We're brothers to speak, but there was a lot to learn from the music industry in that case. And then there came Pressbox, the Caburas. Wow, that was a roller coaster, a gentleman's show, sports show with
some big personalities.
Thank you. Max Ali, Kabura, Wangusha, Kamadi. Wow.
You had a lot of fun, huh?
I've had a roller coaster.
Clearly. Clearly. It's always nice to hear these stories because you see, people watch these shows. They fall in love with these shows. They fall in love with these media personalities. And sometimes it's hard for people to imagine that, wait, this was someone who once upon a time was raw, was completely unknown, and, someone saw the talent, groomed the talent, and allowed them to become what they are today. We forget that.
That's true.
So it's nice to hear this perspective and to hear, your cheeky little stories as well.
I agree. I think the key lesson is, like we said in the halfway, allow that talent to grow. Because I don't think if Bush or Cabs hadn't given me the chance to thrive, or there's a lady called Jackie Senyondo at NMG.
I know Jackie.
We fought a lot.
Really?
But for every fight was a very good lesson. I don't think anyone gave me the deepest lesson. So imagine, put it this way, if you were to compartmentalize it. Bush gave me the wings to fly. Jackie taught me how to fly right. You get the idea?
Yes.
Bush said, here are the wings. You can fly. You can create content anyhow you want. Jackie taught me how to make content the right way. To appeal to the right people in a corporate world. Now, if anyone gets that combo, you've made it in life.
So now I have to bring you to your work now.
Yes.
Tell me, what are you working on now? What are you doing now?
All right. So right now I crossed from journalism, again, being led by content, into integrated marketing comms. So how this happens is that IMC connects or combines the science and art of, you could say, content or marketing, whichever way. We could use marketing for this. So it's a science and art. I've always had the science, added the art to it, and brought the two together.
Yes.
The science allows you to understand why people do the things they do in relation or in reaction to whatever message you've sent out. Which also allows you to think about what message you want to send out.
And how.
Thank you.
How you will send it out.
Exactly. And then the art is the creative part that I have always carried.
Yeah.
So the IMC now becomes the new me that I am rolling with. But it has a newfound love. Like I've had newfound loves across the journey. So this time it's towards humanity. I am one of those believers that when you walk the path and go to the apex and reach the top, what's next? My next is to give back. So I mentor a lot of people.
Okay.
I have joined multinational organizations that have a similar cause, that don't just do a message. They look for the message that either needs you to know that someone out there needs help,
Okay.
or appeals to you to learn that we can do more towards a greater cause, or to appeal to the part of you that actually knows that love is the greatest.
Oh.
Yeah, so in the end, the way I look at it is that we're all humans. Money, power, all these things can become violent when mishandled, can lead to violence rather. They can get messy really. But the one thing that will hold us together is our humanity.
Yeah.
We can lose the power, we can lose the money. But remember, me, you are humans. Together we can actually create a better cause and live through it without all those. So the content that now I attune to is more of content that is in that direction. And so in the last 2 years, I got the chance, almost 3 now, I got the chance to join those causes. I have a couple of organizations that I have worked with across, UN being one of those, Vestergaard, and all of them appeal to the same cause. So I use my background of content, IMC now, to work particularly in that line.
On these kind of campaigns.
It's campaigns for people. It's campaigns that appeal to people. It's more, I don't even know if I should call it just content that just lives there. It's content to evoke change.
To connect.
To connect.
Because I think that's sometimes the missing.
Exactly.
You must have an impact. You must make someone. Actually, in the world today, you want someone to feel something.
Thank you.
If they don't feel anything, you failed. Right?
That's true. Very, very true.
Yes.
So the line that I am treading now is particularly to help a person out there.
So it's very fulfilling.
It is.
Because you can, over the years, you can do work. You can create content.
True.
But you want something that has meaning.
Thank you.
Behind it.
Super meaning. You've perfectly described it. It's work that has meaning, to the level that I will actually reject work if it doesn't have.
You're blessed to be in that position now.
Thank you. So I have understood, and because it's also part of my purpose to lead, I always say one of the greatest things God can ever give you is to find your purpose. So because of that, I will always pick, how do I reach the young girl in Ajumani? How do I amplify her message to Crystal? Because she could be there struggling with something as simple as, what should I expect on my very first day of the period? You have the content, you know what to tell her.
Yeah.
But she's looking, she doesn't know. And if I can connect that bridge, I will do it, even without a penny. So that is my journey now. And it's very interesting. It's fulfilling, like you said. It's a beautiful journey. It has a lot of travels. It has a lot of insights. It has meeting diversity. Wow.
So it's a bit of an adventure for you as well, right now.
Yes. It is an adventure. It has an adventure to it. It has, it's one of those things. So imagine all those years we created content and we were creating for content for people that we didn't know. Now I create content for people that I know.
So you get to travel, you get to meet people,
Yes.
understand what their issues are, understand what their needs are, understand how to help,
Exactly.
and then work on that.
Yes, you work on that, but you physically even meet the people. So you know.
Which is so important.
Exactly. So instead of creating a TV show where I assume a certain Mary Jane is going to watch, I don't do that anymore. Yes, I can do it if someone asked for, I don't know. But I will ask, who is Mary Jane? Can I meet Mary Jane? Mary Jane, what's Mary Jane's issue? How do we fix it? But it even goes deeper. Sometimes I will look at Mary Jane and say, Mary Jane, what we need is not a message. What we need is to work on this here.
And the importance of meeting Mary Jane is you might even realize that actually what you think is not what she needs.
Thank you. Well said. So it becomes a whole new different world out there. The last campaign that I worked on last year, one of the best campaigns I worked on last year, was with a company called Vestergaard. Vestergaard doesn't have roots here. They just asked, they were looking for people. And I happened to be among the few international consultants in the pool in UG. And they landed on my profile. Actually, one of the colleagues suggested, because they had picked him, but he was unavailable. So he said, if I am not available, there is one person I trust who will do you justice. It's called Sean. And they reached out. And we had a call and discussed. They gave us a blank slate. Me and another colleague called Edward Echwalu. He's a photographer.
Yes, I know
You know him.
Yes.
We both have very good, strong faith towards humanitarian work. So they gave us a blank slate to create. Their aim was to find what's the impact of a mosquito net to the last person, what we call the last mile. Now, to a normal person, probably journalists just walk around and do a couple of tweet shots and then you go, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't our target. So we walked down, we were allowed to pick the location. So this is how it becomes more humanitarian. While in other incidences, and that's completely if you're doing marketing without being it IMC, in this case, you are looking for, you know the target. You want to find the target that will actually, if you are delivering a message, will find equity in that message and value.
Yes.
Right? And so we're given the chance, because of that, to choose. So the company
That's
is
exciting,
not
but
here.
also challenging.
Very, very. And so we sat down, a couple of meetings, and had to figure out who is the most affected. I mean, there's a mosquito in Kampala, true. But who is the most affected? Who needs the net, most importantly? And then our cause was to find out, why do they need the net? So we went on an escapade like that. We chose Kalangala, went to Kalangala, and stayed there for almost a week to two.
Okay.
Looking, you go down. Now Kalangala has those multiple islands.
Yes, the fishing communities.
Exactly. So you get there and you start to study the whole island. What's in this island? I didn't even know that there were multiple islands. I used to think Kalangala, and I'm just like, you have arrived.
Yes.
But it's interesting how you get in there and you learn it's a whole community. But also living.
Very interesting communities.
Very interesting one.
With very few women as well.
True. And the difference between where you're coming from, the city, and them is another world altogether.
Yeah.
It's an experience of its own. You get to see how people live freely what their hopes are, what their thoughts are. The things that challenge you in the city, they may be no much to them. They live in their own community, their own peace. Because for you to find the message, you also need to relate to them. You can't just walk to them and say, so, why do you want the net? No, you need to appeal to their better side. You need to sit with them. You need to have a meal with them. We did all these things.
Yes.
Have a meal with them. Sit on a boat. Sit on a boat when the waves are very aggressive.
I still find it amazing that so many of them don't know how to swim.
Right?
Like what? And that's what they
and
do
someone is on an
every
island.
single
Yes,
day.
exactly.
Yes.
So it was just, it's quite interesting. It's thrilling, it's interesting, it's challenging, but yet you love the experience of it.
Okay.
And I'm very happy that it worked out. And part of what I called, when you're struggling to find the humanitarian side of this content, is that when we came back, because we had designated a particular period under which we should work to avoid costs getting out of hand, so to speak. So when we came back, we reviewed everything from the pictures to the videos to the write-ups to the reports, right? The findings. And we're like, something is missing. There were bits that were missing.
It wasn't making sense?
No, we didn't have enough time.
Oh, okay.
We needed an extra extension of time. So luckily, and I guess this also comes down to who is your client in this case. Because it's a humanitarian act and a founded organization at the back, they allowed us to do an extension. But this time we weren't going to Kalangala. We proposed a diversion to create some sort of view from different perspectives, but yet relatable, right? And which was Katanga.
Okay.
Because of the relatability of the society, the housing, and the lifestyle a little bit.
And some of the challenges.
Exactly. So we took on that, and they were willing to say, go ahead. So the missing pieces were covered in that. What we didn't get so much in the first one was a mother and a child. We got the biggest part of the community, but we didn't have much of a mother and child. We needed more. And yet they are the biggest people who need the net.
They need
so
them
we
the
got
most.
that experience in Katanga. And it feels very fulfilling at the end. The film was done. Pictures were done. They're all over social media. Film, I think, was broadcasted at one of the UN Assembly events. And
Look
feels
at you.
it
right? Feels good.
It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. But also I like, because when you keep flying higher, you get to learn a few more other exciting things. I saw one of those tactics that I had never seen in IMC. Because IMC has both marketing and communications, you tend to not go into just the direct one line of marketing. You're also looking for how to get the exact message to the exact people using multiple platforms.
Yes.
On how to get them to see their value of whether contribution or call to action. And on one of those, I was asked to be interviewed. Now, I had been all over and but I had never thought of information that comes from you.
So you're always thinking about all
Everyone.
the other players and all the
But
other
guess
pieces.
What? While you were there as Crystal, and you Friends with Benefits, one of the products we worked on.
Yes, and that's a sec.
So imagine at Friends with Benefits, you are the host. And you tell the story of a John who has gone to great lengths because of the benefits. What people don't speak about often is the 2 minutes before you sat with John, the 2 minutes in the break, the 7 minutes after, the 20 minutes you thought about Johnny's story.
Oh, yes.
Without speaking.
Actually, I think about my friends and family. In that time, I'll come back every day and like, do you know this person, that person? It was just like all this information and inspiration.
Exactly. And there is a story there.
Yeah.
So that's what they did.
Okay.
Because while we had all the gadgets to do whatever we wanted to do, behind us, there was a story we were actually watching unveil.
How did that make you feel?
I guess that's what made it more powerful, because they came for us then to carry that story and become a part of the journey of the last mile of the net. Very insightful. Very, very insightful.
I'm very happy for you and impressed that, clearly your journey has been, number one, you take challenges really well. You're like, bring it on.
Yeah.
You believe in yourself and your ability.
Okay.
And then you've also developed some really good relationships, people who are willing to support you, give you a chance. This is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And now you're at a place where you're like, okay, I've been blessed on my journey. Now I want to also figure out how to give back.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you too, Chris.
I'm blessed to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to hearing from you again, even more.
Well, I am certain the sky is only the limit. I can't wait to see what the future is going to look like, in form of how many lives we can actually touch.
I'm waiting to see what you're working on in like even the next 5 years. I'm sure there'll be another amazing story there. Now, as we wrap up, please, for someone who is listening, they're probably like, oh, we want to know more about Sean or Triple S.
Oh, wow. My boss is clearly hearing Triple S.
Hey, you shared it, so now I'm going to also jump on that wagon.
All right.
Anyway, but tell me, how can we get in touch with you? Where can we find you?
Okay. The easiest really is where we are now, social media. You can find me on my Twitter. It's Sean Stew, with X. So I replaced my S with X.
Oh, so, okay.
And across. So that's both Twitter, Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. Email the same. That's the easiest.
Okay. Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes. My LinkedIn is actually very open. It's that I should have started with that. The easiest is to just go to LinkedIn and you'd be able. I think LinkedIn is really the environment for professionals. So you just tap into LinkedIn and you would easily just find me. You'll also likely find my works.
Yes.
Keep updating it, but you'll likely find the works, the organizations.
Because just listening to you talking about all the different projects, I know people like, okay, we want to see, like, what have you actually worked on and all these things.
I see.
So,
I hadn't thought about that. Yes. It is true. You would find me at LinkedIn first, followed by Twitter. Instagram, not much, but yes, the two.
Okay,
and
those two.
In most cases, yes, if you send me a message, I would be the instant on my phone. I would be able to reply and say, hey, how do we link up? It's also the same way we link up with other creatives, other people who are in the same field, even clientele, for lack of a better word.
Thank you again for coming in.
Groove Cafe.